US around the same time as Kingsfield 3. Ooh, game's very loud. Yeah, so this was mid 96. Kingsfield 3 was fall 96 in the release. No, so here's the fun thing about this game, about Darkstalkers. So Darkstalkers 2 in North America came out on the Saturn in spring of 96. Darkstalkers 1 came out in North America on the PlayStation in summer of 96. So for North American gamers, Darkstalkers 2 was on consoles before Darkstalkers 1.
Darkstalkers 2 is just a better game.
And also Darkstalkers 2 is a better game, but I don't feel like trying to plug in my Saturn controller and get it to work on short notice.
Well, listen, we can throw down right now. I'm sure the Capcom Fighting Collection or whatever it's called is on sale right now.
Oh no, so Street Fighter Alpha. Wait, what's his release for Street Fighter Alpha? I think Street Fighter Alpha was also spring of 96. That was like February, March 96 on both consoles. Oh, did I just screw myself? I think I just screwed myself. There's no way to back out of this.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Whoops.
Anyway, Borgmaster, how do you feel about haunted mansions?
Oh, like the ride? The ride's kind of boring if I'm being honest.
How do you feel about the haunted mansion, which apparently cost $120 million?
Which one? The Eddie Murphy one or the new one?
No, the new one. The one with Danny DeVito.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Neither did anyone else. Don't worry.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna play a good game.
What game are you
while
gonna play?
set up.
I'm already set up.
Oh, you're set up?
I'm streaming Thief the Black Parade again.
Thief the Black Parade, like the song?
Yeah, like My Chemical Romance, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a young man, my father
Also, this isn't loading, so
took me
cool.
on a band to see the Black Parade. When I was a sneaky man, I hid in the... Yeah, see? Here's my very funny parody song. No, apparently, the people who made the mod were like, this is what happens when you don't Google your title, before you come up with it. They are not actually, My Chemical Romance fans. Aww. And you may say, are you a My Chemical Romance fan? Because you sure did remember some of that song. And,
are you a My Chemical Romance fan? Because you sure did remember some of that song.
No. But I am of the age where that song was played.
Yeah, I think we both are. So, how's the sneaky?
I think this thing is fantastic. Like, unabashedly. I'm sorry, this is not the fourth Lionheart. I played some of that a couple years ago. And,
May the fourth be with you. May the Thief Fourth be with you.
Yeah, the fourth Thief game.
The Thief Fourth.
The fourth.
Thief Fourth. I just like saying it. I just like saying that.
And I think... I mean, I remember thinking that game was fine. But it's also, like... kind of boring.
Wow.
Like, the best thing about that Thief reboot is just the part where you will, you can... there's a very tactile... If you like seeing elaborate rummaging through drawers animations...
I do like saying that, yes.
Then the 2014 Thief reboot by Eidos Montreal is here for you. Oh dear. That's a bad noise.
Crap, now I'm gonna have to do my write-up.
Yeah.
It's taking forever. Oh boy.
If it makes you feel any better, my Game of the Year write-up. I didn't make any progress on it today, because instead I went shopping.
Ooh, fun. I bet it was very crowded shopping today.
I mean, I went to the mall before school got out, but it's weird. Why is there a crab man?
Why would there be a crab man?
There's a crab man in the sewers.
Crab people. Oh, I'm actually gonna be right back.
No, come back here, crab man. I have slain the horrific crab beast. Anyway, this level is, to, steal some shit from a haunted mansion in the part of town that was sealed off after the accident. To give you an idea of, where we're at. Oh. Alright, where's... Oh, that's a very pathetic rope. You know what? We're gonna go over the roofs instead. How about that? Because you see, there's the first part of this level takes place in a normal part of town. Because that's one of the fun things about this game. And see, there's a guy I knocked out. So anyway, I'm really good at these games. They're crabmen in the sewers.
Hello.
Hello, Justin.
Hi. What is this chilling?
How do you feel about the Crabman Menace?
What about it?
They're infesting our sewers. With their chitinous claws.
I take it you finished the level you were on last night.
Yeah, the tombs. The not Bone Horde mission.
Would
Yeah.
you say it was Bone Horde?
Not the Bone Horde? Yeah. Because that's a mission from the original Thief the Dark
Alright,
Project.
gents, I'm now coming to terms with the fact that I'm facing the same problem I face every single time it's this time of the year.
Yes. And what would that problem be?
I don't know how to wrap Christmas gifts.
Oh, I don't either.
That's why
I
you
just
put them in
consider-
bags.
I just consider it like endearing.
That's what my parents.
inadequacy.
That's what
And
my
it-
parents and family members say. It's like, oh, I can tell that you wrapped this gift because it's not at all good.
Well, nobody else considers it endearing, but I do, and that's how I stay proud of my shitty wrapping job.
Wait, CP, have you tried getting good?
I mean, I have literally watched, I can't even begin to list the number of videos that I've watched about, like, how to do gift wrapping well, and
Yeah.
I've failed every single one.
That's because physics for those people work differently than they do for me and you. I'm sorry.
That is true.
They have higher dexterity stats. Also, I have turned off the lamp in my room in order to reduce the glare. Oh,
That makes sense.
well,
Uh-huh.
this is not the place I needed to go. That,
Oh,
I
wow.
just went backwards.
Cool.
I went... See, that's this is
That's
fun.
the level design wraps around on itself. That's good level design.
Yeah. Or, this is another route I could have taken. Maybe I'll go through this... Oh, Jesus! You fucker.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Did this game scare you?
It jump scared me.
It's startled. It's startled.
How many times have you actually played this game, Brayden?
This mod?
Like, the game in general.
Like Thief the Dark Project. I don't think I've ever played it, like, completely start to finish. But I've played through the opening levels of this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, my problem is I'm trying to think if I've ever actually completed Thief the Dark Project. It's just for me. Playing this game, I get to kind of the more bigger.
You get to the
less
Thieves
open
Guild
worlds.
mission that they added in Thief Gold,
Yeah,
and you
then,
go.
and then I remind myself, like, man, they sure did figure out how to do this shit in 2.
Yeah, and then Thief 2, they knew what kind of game they were making.
And then in Thief 3, they had to figure out how a console works.
Yeah, and well, in Thief, thankfully, that's what Invisible War was for.
Hey.
I mean, Thieves 3 is still a good game.
Yeah, Thief Deadly Shadows is better than Invisible War.
You can joke about me overvaluing that game more than you two, but that game's actually good.
No, that game's fine.
I have not actually played any of them. So.
I'm thinking I should just start being a hater for it, just as a goof.
I mean, you're a hater for everything as a goof, except Dark Souls, which you legitimately hate.
Yes, that is true. I will cop to that.
That is your brand. I've not played this thing, but it looks like shit, so I'm gonna make fun of it.
I mean, doesn't everyone do that?
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh. Well, fine.
I mean, the funny thing is that you say all these things about Dark Souls, and then you say, I don't know, Starfield's a really fun game. It's like,
I respect Starfield for being like maybe the most perfect example of like
Bethesda made a game for themselves.
It takes some effort to make that generic.
they managed to they accidentally made the most mediocre approximation of their own style of game.
Yeah.
See, I would say that Fallout 4 is that.
Ooh.
I think Fallout 4 sucks.
Yeah,
Just
no,
gonna get it straight, that game sucks.
yeah, no, that game's actually just bad.
I
Starfield
just
better than
dislike Fallout 4, so remember your fucking son?
Yeah.
And your son, and then it's like your son is the leader of the weird race purist robot slavers.
Yeah.
Remember what happens to your partner when you don't pick them as your player character?
Yeah.
No.
Your spouse gets shot and murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything about that game is a mistake.
Yeah.
There's something about that base building mechanic.
They almost had an idea there.
They put
They
that in
almost had an
Starfield.
idea.
It seems like Fallout 76 actually took that idea and made it better.
Yeah, the Fallout 76 got there, similar to Sea of Thieves.
You still have to buy a subscription to get a larger inventory and a bunch of other shitty things that just make me not
I
want to.
mean, monetization of all those always online, like PoE, PvP games, is, like, they didn't do anything especially heinous.
I know, but also I don't want to play one of those.
That is a really valid opinion and perspective to have.
If I wanted co-op Bethesda, I could play Skyrim together.
You sure could.
Did you? I don't remember who posted it. I just saw it. But, there were some guys. The guys who made the Skyrim Together mod were making a Starfield Together mod until they actually sat down to play Starfield, and they were like, "This sucks," and then they started.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Starfield is impressive because you can see where all of the ideas were, and then you see how all of those ideas were watered down because they could get all of them to work, or could not get, or someone in playtesting was like, they won't like it if you actually if the survival mechanics actually matter.
I think it would have been a way more interesting game if they had actually leaned harder into it's actually just Daggerfall thing. Because that's what that game, if that game has any Bethesda lineage, it's Daggerfall. Because Daggerfall doesn't really have much in the way of exploration. You fast travel everywhere.
This is
you
why they
pick up
should remake
randomized
Daggerfall
quests.
instead.
they
why
did.
would you?
They made
They called it
Daggerfall using
Daggerfall
No,
Unity.
that's not them. That's
Somebody did.
a
They did
guy.
a better job than
That's
Bethesda.
a hardworking American hero.
But still, like, Daggerfall Unity exists, and it's quite impressive. You don't fall into the void anymore,
It's true, you don't.
which
Oh,
might
I wanna
actually
fall
make
in
the
the
game worse, because I feel like that is, whenever you play Daggerfall, I feel like that's one of the most iconic things to have happen to you, is you fall through into the void.
If you-
then you're
yeah.
stuck in this pit with all of these enemies that also fell into the void.
So they
now
fixed
you're just
Daggerfall and
dead.
it sucked now.
I'm
mean,
just
my
saying,
favorite
playing that game at an acceptable frame rate with like responsive controls.
Reasonable, modern controls. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite, like the Daggerfall glitchy thing that I always think about is going up an incline and trying to hit things that are above you and then just like clipping through the... Do you know what I'm talking about? Clipping through the cliff and entering inside of it, or like constantly missing because people can't adjust to hit each other because of elevation.
Because
That
it's
game is
not
so-
true 3D,
Yeah.
or
I thought
Anyway.
Daggerfall's engine was truly 3D.
okay, maybe
But
it is.
but every like entity in it is a sprite.
Yeah, that was the way of things back then.
Okay, that's just a corpse on a bed. Anyway. Show that duel is taking place today. Blah, blah, blah.
Anyway. OpenMW, also an impressive project, which may or may not eventually be able to play Oblivion and the earlier Fallouts as well. Well, not earlier, but like 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah, the Fallout games that anyone under the age of 50 has played.
Yeah, I played the first 2 Fallouts. I like them more than the other ones.
Do you like them more than New Vegas?
Ooh, New Vegas. I think it's the first 2 New Vegas are the
I
good
have to
Fallouts.
actually write this plot. Like everyone freaked out when they saw the whole Chris Avalon thing saying we pitched New Vegas 2 to Bethesda. They said no. Like, where the fuck were you people when New Vegas first came out? Like that game came out and it
That
was
game,
a
yeah,
mess.
that game
It was a
was.
disaster. That game was like
I
the
like
way
that
we
game
talk
when it
about
came out.
quiet. The way we talk about Bethesda jank, and the way that we talk about Bethesda being like always releasing these games hot. That was Obsidian's reputation for a literal decade. Like, where were you people when New Vegas first came out? I've had this talk with Brady. Like, when did the deification of New Vegas happen?
When did New
it
Vegas
became
become
Glen
the cult classic?
of like classic old school, like the last good fall? Like, when did this happen?
tell you-
Like,
I'll tell you
I've
what.
gone back to the reviews when that game released, and everyone thought it was a disaster.
I'll tell you when it happened. A few years after release, when all the DLC had come out, it had been patched way up, and the people who liked Fallout 3 played it for nostalgia and realized that actually the writing in that game is bad, so they played New Vegas instead.
Well, I
No,
mean,
but here's
what
the
happened?
deal. Like, the weird thing
Do
is,
you wanna know?
Play the original Fallout. Play a Fallout 2. Bethesda's
Yeah.
approach to Fallout actually more closely mimics Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 than New Vegas, because New Vegas is a scripted narrative that follows one of 3 possible tracks, whereas the Bethesda Fallouts are much more open-ended and much more kind of like free-form, where you have to color things in than
I feel like
New
that's-
Vegas does.
I feel like that
And
story
that
for New
is
Vegas.
what Fallout 1 is. Fallout 1 doesn't actually have a great story. Everyone talks about how you can convince the final boss to kill himself. Everyone talks about, Fallout 2 having some cool moments here and there. But those games don't actually have great stories. They have world building. They have, like, individual set pieces that kind of stick out to you.
There is a comment I want to make there. I feel like the vast majority of video games that people say have great stories are actually great world building and kind of okay stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
But to go back to Fallout New Vegas, I do feel like that game has a lot of variation in its story. I feel like the promise of video game choice and consequence is rarely fulfilled in any game.
This is hard. That's why most games don't. That's why games don't actually do it.
I feel like Braden and I have been like hatching out this like idea of something to write about. Like, no one really liked New Vegas when it first came out.
I did.
and
It's mostly just because it was buggy as hell. Like, people liked New Vegas.
Yeah,
the same way
like-
people liked Alpha Vertical. It's just that game was buggy as hell and not really playable at launch.
Oh yeah.
It
But
wasn't
at the same
until
time, it's not just like warming up to the game. It's the idea of
I
as
mean-
like this now
I mean,
ethereal kind of
like,
like.
do you want an answer or do you want to talk?
It's also not
Because
the
I can
only-
tell you an answer.
It's also not the only game. I'll let Romesh speak in a minute. It's also not the only game or the only piece of media in general that's had the same less than stellar reception at launch, but later on got a revision.
I mean, most classics aren't appreciated in their time. Or did you not hear that trope get told to you all the time?
It's
You know,
not
Moby
even that.
Dick
It's like
wasn't
no,
appreciated
no,
at
no,
the
no.
time.
That's completely.
No,
a red
but
herring.
that's the actual reason. That was me being shitty. I mean, the actual reason is likely at some point during the 2010s, YouTubers found the game and streamed it, made videos about it, in a way that the Zoomers, the kids, saw were too young when it came out and were teens in the 20 teens, and then they played it and are like, oh, this is a lost classic because they were 8 when it came out,
And then
in high
also,
school later on.
I forget who's the person that sometimes is on with Jeff Grubb during Game Mess Mornings. Kind of pointed out that like New Vegas has become this like trans icon of a video game because it lets you be whatever the fuck you want. And they've like I think it's Lexi, has interviewed multiple people from the New Vegas development team, which is Chris Avalon. And they were like, yeah, we didn't see that coming. Like, have
Chris
fun.
Avalon didn't work on New Vegas.
I thought didn't he write like at least one or two side quests?
He
Yeah,
wrote,
maybe.
like, a couple of-
I'm pretty sure that stupid.
he wrote the Burned Man.
I'm pretty sure that plant side quest that's in like New Vegas and also in Wasteland 2 was written by Chris Avalon.
But that was that was a Josh Sawyer.
But most of New Vegas is a Josh Sawyer.
Yeah, no, Lexi found Josh Sawyer and was like, yeah, I didn't see that coming, but sure, have fun.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I don't see where it's coming from, but whatever. What's your vote?
Because a new generation came up and interpreted it in a different way.
Yeah,
Like because it's been 12 years since it came out.
13. It's been
13?
13 years since it came out. Yes, it is 2023. That's a 2010.
Yeah, that was a 2010 game.
I thought it was a 2011
I
game.
got that
Oh,
game and
no.
Black Ops 1
Oh shit.
at the
Okay.
same time. Because Toys R Us was doing a BOGO or a buy one get one 50% off or something. And I got them both at the same time.
Wait, I
For
thought
my-
Alpha Protocol was a 2010 game. Or was that 2009
It-
game?
Alpha Protocol was also...
Obsidian's also. Hasn't Obsidian always had 2 or 3 teams at a time?
Yeah. Alpha
Yeah.
Protocol was also 2010.
Okay.
Also,
And that's what Avalon worked on.
but that said, man, if you want to go back to like a very dire era of Obsidian, go back to the Sega partnership era of Obsidian.
You mean where
And also-
Sega's like, hey, remember that Aliens RPG we...
Yeah, we're gonna cancel this without pre-warning you. Bye. Like, Fergus. Literally everyone in Obsidian has nothing nice to say about Sega's.
yeah, ask
Sega.
Matthew Rory.
I have seen a couple of Josh Sawyer's interviews because he puts a lot of interviews out on the internet and stuff. He doesn't seem to have much bad to say about Bethesda. He doesn't like Sega.
No. No, I mean, they are pretty clear about that. Also, let's just say, Obsidian's never gonna make another fucking D&D game, even though they made Neverwinter Nights 2.
Ask Matthew Rory about dealing with Hasbro.
Do we know anything about Larian's relationship with Hasbro at this point?
Apparently, it was great. Also, apparently, everyone they worked with initially to greenlight BG3 is no longer at the company.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got hit by the massive layoffs.
Do we think that means there will be a 4?
Yes, I think there will be a 4.
10 years.
Because
Will
that game
Larian
is
make
too
it?
big.
The weirdest sentence you've ever said.
That game is too... Yeah, no. Hey, the third Baldur's Gate is like mimetic... It is Skyrim, almost, in terms of, like, cultural... Okay.
Like, here's the weird thing, like, say what you will about Bethesda, Todd Howard, but like, even Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky, when they were promoting The Outer Worlds, like, came to Fallout 76 and Todd Howard's defense. Like, hey, just fucking don't. Please stop going to forums saying, like, this is the game to buy since Fallout 76 fell on its face. Like, don't. No, please stop this.
Also, very different games.
Yeah, but
I feel like that might be. I feel like that might be part of the reason they want to say that, because Outer Worlds just isn't the exact same. It's much more comparable to New Vegas if you're going to compare it to a Bethesda-ish game. But even then, that's not a great comparison because Outer Worlds doesn't have a great story.
Outer Worlds is also not
Outer
a great
Worlds
game.
is fine.
It's
fine.
It's a fine
yeah,
2/3, and then the last third is a fucking disaster.
that sums up everything about Outer Worlds. Is it's fine.
Actually, you know what? I don't even think it's
I
2/3 of the game are good. Like, the first planet is good to fine. And
well,
then
I would-
everything after that.
No, there's good stuff about
It's
other
good.
planets.
Yeah, there's good stuff throughout that game. I think Outer Worlds is a good game. I don't think
It's
great.
only just good.
Remember when you hang out with
Um,
that priest or Vicar Max and do drugs with him and he overcomes his daddy issues? Anyway, look at this house. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine in here.
Looks great. No, genuinely, the presentation here is fantastic.
Why are there
I don't
so
know
many
if I've asked this before.
fucking
What
zombies?
What would you say is Obsidian's best game?
Pillars 2.
Yeah, it's Pillars 2. Like, to be specifically... Do you have a specific, like, Pillars 2 that you like? Yeah, complete everything.
Like the current version of Pillars 2 that you would buy for Pillars 2020.
It's Pillars 2. Like, I want to say that... Like, I want to say Tyranny just to be a dipshit, but it's Pillars 2.
I mean, I'll be dipshit and say KOTOR 2.
Yeah, you could say
I
that.
feel like there are definitely people out there who would say that. I feel like KOTOR 2 is in the upper tier of... People seem to think KOTOR 2 is in the upper tier of Obsidian games.
I mean, it's not a good game, but it is an all-time great game.
Yeah.
It's
So,
really well
like,
written.
Like 2/3 of Obsidian's list then of games.
Yes. I mean, the worst game is an easy choice. That's Dungeon Siege 3.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's indisputed. Wait,
Dungeon-
what about their free-to-play massively multiplayer game that you can't play anymore? What was that?
Oh,
called?
the like the
Skyforge?
Pathfinder card game and
Oh,
yeah,
and the World of
Skyforge.
Tanks competitor.
Is that
Wait,
still
no?
up and running? Yeah, that was
my
Obsidian.
understanding is they were like assisting with development of that for someone else.
Yeah. They needed to
And
keep
then
the
they-
lights on, which is why Obsidian worked on Armored Warfare.
Like, you talk to most of the people at Obsidian, they make it on no uncertain terms very clear. Like, yo, that South Park game saved the studio.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because Sega canceling the Alien RPG was very bad for the studio. Oh no. This mansion's gonna be spooky.
That said, I think I like that first South Park game.
Mega assumed the fourth. Mega, if I had known you were here, I would have got turned on the fourth. Instead of this here newfangled mod.
I have another question. What is the best game with a number in the middle of its title? In the same way that D4 and
Drthrever.
Fear 3.
Driver 3?
Oh,
No,
Driver
Driver 3 is
3.
terrible.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you worked on the video game. How have you not seen it?
I bet there are plenty of developers out there who finish the game and then never ever touch it in its full
right.
form.
we have a concept page for this very concept of letters being replaced by numbers in video game titles. Let me see if I can find it.
Weird with that door.
Oh, hey, this door with like a weird blood-covered seal won't open.
Letters replaced by numbers in titles. There are over 40 games here.
Oh wow.
At least
Okay,
one of them has to be good.
Oh, a lot of these replace the word 4 with the number 4, so this is probably...
Oh, Left 4 Dead. There.
Left 4 Dead and Back 4
Oh.
Blood.
Yeah.
Okay, Left 4 Dead doesn't count, because it's replacing a whole word. I'm talking about like Fear 3 or Thief 4.
Technically, Resident Evil Village.
Oh yeah, but that was more clever the way they did it.
Maybe.
That's just good graphic design.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm looking for the best of a bad bunch here. You done ruined.
All right. Fast and Furious, Spy Racers, Rays of Shifter, spelled SH1FT3ER.
Why is there just a tub full of brains?
Okay,
Why would there
Survive.
be?
Survive. The S on Survive is replaced by the number 2.
That's pretty bad.
Can you link me to this this page?
Adrift, spelled ADR1FT.
Oh, Lionheart has some wants some Oblivion advice. In Oblivion, the enemies scale to you, if I believe, so it doesn't matter when you do the Oblivion gates.
If you're playing Oblivion, I would suggest modding out the level
Oh,
scaling.
fucking Fear 3. Because they put in the 3 twice.
Oh.
Once for the E, and then also the 3 at the end.
Yeah.
And then maybe I made a game with zombies in it.
Oh, I guess.
Left 4 Dead.
11 whole viewers. Wow.
Motor Max. The A on Max. is
Yeah.
replaced with the number 4. The Plan 3. Yep. Coast to Coast. Driver 3. Shadow Man Second Coming. As replaced with the number 2. A lot of games with Skate, and of course the letter 8.
Yeah.
Like Skate. Does Skate have that replaced?
No.
Oh,
Skate was
fuck.
just the word skate.
Without
Yeah.
Remember, it was
What-
skate,
skate
period.
precious
Oh yeah, skate
heart
period. Yeah, back in
is
that time.
beyond your reach. Come to me.
Oh,
But yeah,
no.
Lionheart, you're playing Oblivion. Nothing matters. Just do whatever you want.
God, I wonder what
What's
the fuck
that
is going on with
voice?
Skate, like that Skate reboot game.
Skate 4, probably Development Hill.
Anyway, I opened the box and an ominous voice started talking to me.
That's always a good sign.
Oh, I like how the map of this mansion is just a very rough blueprint.
This looks very familiar.
And anyway, all these portraits of all the people they're all just corpses, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That door's weird as well. It's unnaturally cold for some reason, and it won't budge.
Okay, door's haunted.
I think there might be ghosts in here, Braden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
no
saying
bull.
this mansion might be a little spooky.
This is too spooky for me.
Also, here is the concept page.
Listen, I gotta put out all the candles.
So the ghosts can't see you. Resident Evil 7 also did the thing, the Roman
It
numerals.
sure did.
It also did it with the Arabic numeral for the Japanese title. Remember? Because it's
But Village is a better game.
because it's Biohazard 7 Resident Evil in Japanese, which is just the funniest thing to this
That's
day.
pretty good. That's pretty good. Like, you have to respect that.
Silent Hill Origins has the O replaced with like that
A zero.
line through it.
Oh no.
Yeah, because it's technically a prequel.
Mm-hmm. Tony Hawk's American Skateland. Okay.
You know, American Skateland is actually the better one of those because
It's better than American Wasteland, which was the
Yes,
big
it's
boy
better than
console
Wasteland.
version.
Yes.
There is definitely a there's definitely a morbid curiosity towards looking at some of those latter day Tony Hawk games, like Project 8.
I think I'm the only person who liked Project 8.
Is that the one where you kind of had to make your own like combos and like special kick flips and shit?
So they did that for the flips. It was the next one where they did it for everything.
Hey,
That
what's up?
Mechanic at the time.
Yeah, it was neat in Project 8.
Fucking have a conversation about classicals. Instead, the album group decided to fucking debate the artistic merits of Taylor Swift.
High art. There's the
Hey,
She is the highest art.
hey, look at this guy.
Sorry.
I actually have a review of Bellapart Talks, the Miraculous Mandarin.
Hey guys, I got 1,000 loot.
Yeah, I listened to it at some point.
You fool.
I
Did
thought
you
we were
think
delaying.
I was a mere idol?
Eh.
Heed and watch, pathetic creature.
Uh-oh.
Your flesh shall putrefy, and your life shall wither away to serve their schemes. You can already feel it, can't you? How does it feel being
Wait,
branded
I just saw
as
this EP.
sacrifice?
You're giving best style to Little Goody Two Shoes
Yeah.
in the
My
year when
brand
Bomb Rush,
comes at a great
Cyberpunk, and
price for
Hi-Fi
a
Rush came out.
mortal such as you, but it does have a
using
few
style.
They don't have
benefits.
nearly as much.
Use
depth
my
styles.
gift well.
How dare
for
you.
the rest
They're
of
not
your
90s anime,
pitifully
no.
short
Okay, I
life.
guess. But Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is very Jet Set Radio, which is 90s.
I don't like Jet Set Radio.
I can't believe this.
I
thought we were friends.
I never have liked Jet Set Radio. I find the
What's that thing on the
skating
door?
stuff about Jet Set Radio to be clunky and fucking miserable.
I thought we were friends. I feel betrayed
You
right now.
counted as digging as a whole bunch of style, but maybe
Also,
some
like,
lines
my
of
problem with Hi-Fi Rush and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk in comparison is the fact that, again, they kind of fall into that vibe game milieu of, like, honing in on one particular aesthetical choice rather than going for a kaleidoscope of different choices to, like, add to this kind of bigger picture.
Anyway,
Haunted
haunted Ghosts.
Mansion. Yeah, so like Haunted Mansion ride, like the hologram effects they have are impressive, I guess, but it's
think-
mostly just outdated.
So Disneyland World's one where it's not very clearly an elevator is better than the actual Disneyland version of the ride.
Yeah, I went to the Disney World one, and yeah,
The
yes,
one weird thing,
Lionheart, Bam
though-
Margera is still alive in spite of himself.
The one weird thing, though, is that the Disneyland one has the Hatbox Man, which is actually a cool optical illusion effect. And then also it has a variant that can switch to Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that's nice.
Anyway. Yeah, this is fine.
Where is the master and the rest of our acolytes?
Also, I just love the backstory of, like, multiple people have attempted to spread the knowledge of their fucking family members on the Haunted Mansion ride in Disneyland.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's an actual problem.
Humans are
They get on the ride, and then they pull out, like... I think you're dead, Brayden.
Where is the master and the rest of our acolytes?
Try this one weird trick to get killed in Thief.
Fine, I'll
it's gonna be
sneak,
projectile.
I guess.
What are we supposed to do in the meantime?
You have flash bombs, don't you?
Yeah. Visitors at Disney World and Disneyland like to do a number of life events at the theme parks. Some spend their lives, blah, blah, blah. But some visitors are taking it to the next level by scattering the ashes of their loved ones all over different areas of the parks. It happens so frequently at Disneyland and Disney World, cast members have a secret code word for cleanups, which can frequently be heard while waiting in line for the Haunted Mansion in particular.
Necromancers.
So, there was no magic harp to steal.
If you're ever at Disneyland in Anaheim or Disney World in Orlando and you hear a cast member say the words HEPA cleanup, it means that they're on their way to go vacuum up someone's ashes. Cremated remains can actually be found all over both parks, and cast members say that it happens at least once a month to sometimes more than once a week during the Halloween season. Finding and identifying the ashes is one of the park's biggest secrets. The workers have to bring out a giant vacuum and suction them up, which probably isn't what most people had in mind when they did the scattering.
Disney adults are weird.
The Haunted Mansion is not the only target. It's a Small World is another popular place, with most people just dumping the ashes into the water, which prevents the Disney cast members from being able to clean it up.
That's no good. I don't like that. See, that's actual horrors. That's the horrors of reality. Right there.
Anyway, there was no harp to steal. It was,
In April 2019, a woman was
Oh my
spotted
God.
on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, scattering an unidentified powdery substance into the water at Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California. Following it, the ride was closed down and police were informed. However, the report wasn't filed due to a lack of proper description of the suspect, reports the LA Times.
What were you about to say, Braden?
Oh, look at this skylight. Look at this skybox.
Are you done with that mansion? Because it feels like you didn't spend much time in there at all.
Yeah, well, it turns out, mansion's haunted. Might have, let something out. It's fine.
It's fine.
Listen, it'll work out for us when it's too dark. It'll work out here.
It's fine.
Listen, it's fine. There's probably a lot more in that mansion I missed. But... God damn it.
Well, now your legs are broken.
Necromancers.
A sacrifice.
Where is the master and the rest of our acolytes?
That was weird. Anyway, to a different topic.
It's fine. I have so many health potions.
Necromancers.
Is there any chance that spiders will ever get their day in the sun?
They already did. What are you talking about?
Where is the master?
Steel
Haven't you
Rising.
played Greedfall?
Went deeper beyond the
Sure.
barricades to study the
I guess Steel Rising is generally considered a okay game, at least.
aura coming from the cathedral.
I don't know. I don't know how
The
great
master
that
finds
actually
this
is.
aura.
Because
You
that game got nothing but 7s and 6s, and I was like,
Another
alright, yeah, let's go. And then it's like, they made a completely passable game.
Yeah, it's terrible. Steel Rising is okay. It's like a decently made video game.
Can't believe they did that. How dare they?
I'm sorry they didn't deliver another Technomancer to you.
I mean, Technomancer is a crime.
Or Mars Warlogs, or whatever. Bound by Flame.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. They made a game called Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, which...
Yes, they helped work on that. At least the console port of it.
Is that shitty enough to be interesting?
That is a that's a Frogwares.
That's an adventure game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it is.
Frogwares adventure game. It's
I lost interest.
so
Wow.
you kind of already know what that game is. Because before Frogwares made Sherlock Holmes games that were good, they made a lot of lame ones.
Remember when I played that FMV Sherlock Holmes game? And it was about fucking goddamn siding with Kaiser Wilhelm II against Bismarck?
Yeah.
As much as I like Alan Wake 2, that might actually be my favorite use of FMV that I experienced in 2023.
Thing I really appreciate about that is just all of those fucking inbred nobles who were all cousins, all grandchildren of Queen Victoria.
Uh-huh. They just all fought each other in the
And
one-
then
worst
yeah, and
war
then they all
today.
killed each other in one of the worst wars.
Well, they didn't kill each other. They fought each other. They killed
Yeah.
other people in the worst wars.
Yeah.
They killed all of their people, and most of them, other than the British, lost their power and got kicked out in favor of fascism or communism. And then we had to fight another war.
Which was the actual worst war. Is there a war worse than
I mean,
World War II?
the difference is with that war at least there was like a purpose.
I mean, and
I don't know, man.
in
Like
Europe,
you read
yes.
about, like, sure, like if you read it, like if we're talking about like geometric mean estimate of like the number of casualties, sure. But like when you read about things like what the Mongols did when they conquered the world, or the Taiping Rebellion, like. I don't know, man.
So if we're going to talk
Or the
about
second Sino-Japanese War.
the Second Sino-Japanese War is part of World War II. It's a sub-war. World War II is so big that there's sub-wars.
Subwar Command is the name of my new European.
It's really weird. Like we are airing closer and closer to the shitty part of YouTube video essayist history people.
Hi there, I'm History Betrary Histerman.
He's arbitrary history.
I'm Arbitrary History, and here's my hot take about the Franco-Prussian War.
Oh, give me your hot take about the Franco-Prussian War. I need to hear it. Tell me about the Paris Commune. Let's do it.
I mean, the 19th century, in Europe at least, is a history of conservatives and reactionaries who are deeply terrified of the French Revolution.
Yes.
And that informs their entire
Yes, let's talk
policy.
about Metternich. Let's talk about Metternich.
Metternich? I hardly know her!
Hey.
Talk about Talleyrand.
Talleyrand. He's fun, though.
Napoleon called him shit in a silk stocking.
Because he was fun. He was a fun guy. You don't want to party with him.
Alright, now I just need to get back to civilization.
Is there any civilization in these games? Looks like you're always crawling around the worst parts of it.
In theory, but you know, it's where do you think Dishonored got the idea from?
The idea that the world is shit unless you're at the very top.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been plenty of dystopian stuff.
Well,
since then,
dystopian, but like,
yes, there is.
but like game worlds that are like actively non-functional, even though they're supposed to be lived-in, functioning societies.
The implication with this and with Jesus Christ, Braden. The implication with this and with Dishonored,
This game's mantling is
me,
questionable.
not great.
Is it dubious?
Has always been to me that like there's this stuff is happening here, but there's like a functional part of the city somewhere else. But you never see it.
Yes.
Because you're too busy stealing things. And
At
or
least in
robbing
Dishonored-
catacombs.
At least in Dishonored 2, like there's a level where you see them like on the docks, doing stuff, trying to carve up a whale and stuff.
It took until Dishonored 2 for this style of game to actually show some part of functioning society.
So here's what I'll say about Thief the Black Parade is because they can make the areas bigger, there are actually quite a few city district areas in the game that
Functioning
have
places,
like
or at least
NPCs walking about.
Oh, good for them.
No, I
Also
just need
functioning
to
places.
get out.
take up processing.
That is true.
Anyway, it's fine. It's all fine.
It's all fine. Yeah, it's all good. Everything here is good.
Yeah, everything here is good and fine, and
There's no cause for alarm.
I'm glad I bought all these rope arrows. God damn it.
They're selling you rope arrows, and we can just make your own by tying ropes to arrows.
What's the deal with bottled water?
I know we're doing like funny joke stuff, but like literally, I don't know if you've seen this, but him and Jerry Seinfeld have literally been airplaned to Israel and are doing comedy tours to uplift the Israeli Defense Force.
Oh!
For fuck's sake, really?
Yeah.
that checks out though.
Damn it.
Like there are multiple images of like Jerry Seinfeld doing photo ops with the IDF right now.
I mean, he is Jewish.
A certain generation cannot conceive of Israel doing anything bad.
Yeah, the official Israel Twitter account says, "Welcome to Israel, Jerry Seinfeld. Actor and comedian Jerry Seinfeld has landed in Israel today and is expected to meet with families of the hostages during his visit. Thank you so much for your support. Blue heart, Jerry Seinfeld, flag of Israel."
Cool.
Great.
I'm gonna put this in assorted memory.
I don't know
Is
how
that-
I
is
feel
that where
about
that
that.
Is that where that goes? Does that really go on a sort of
you know what?
memory?
Maybe this goes into general.
That
Yeah,
feels like.
the general.
Do we need like a news channel for like here is your shitty news plays?
Here's the plays
Oh
that
yeah,
we talk
have a
about.
politics channel on our Discord.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
and Zeto are
I feel
on
like
there.
most people on Discord line up largely the same way, but still. Eventually, you will find a place where two people disagree and it just goes south.
He's holding an M16, isn't he? Also.
Yeah, he's holding that guy's M16.
Jesus. Man! Let's go back to talking about the Ancien regime.
The Anshan regime.
Shitty politics from 100 years ago, or 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. King Louis
So,
XIV was probably
so-
a good leader.
So how
No,
does
he
everyone
was
feel-
not.
He was not.
He
how does
brought
every-
prestige to France during a time when it was desperately needed, even if it came at the cost
Was
of
it?
bankrupting his entire nation.
Was it?
I feel
Does
like,
it?
Like,
All right.
Or the part
okay,
where
yeah, no,
he was actually a bad military commander
Uh-huh,
and lost all of the
But-
wars he got in.
Not all of them.
most of them.
Or the part where absolute monarchy,
Killed the French monarchy. Yes.
yeah,
He-
where it
he
created
created
so much
some-
resentment that it sowed the seeds.
He created a system that only worked when he was in charge of it, and then when he died, it stopped working. Surprise, surprise. Who could have known that the most common recurring theme in human history happened?
so are there any world leaders that you guys agree are good? We're good people, not now. but,
Nelson
like, in the
Mandela.
past.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
Could
safe.
have done more.
Could have done more. The fact that he was able to.
Abraham Lincoln.
He didn't do a lot of good stuff with like.
I was about to make a joke about habeas corpus, but you said it for serious.
And Lincoln's like policy against the Native Americans was definitely
Oh yeah, so the thing about all the Union guys in the Civil War is, yes, them burning down the South, good and cool. Them going and genociding Native Americans before and afterwards. Not cool, apparently.
Not cool.
not cool.
Yeah, it turns out if you need like an absolute psychopath to just go and destroy enemy industrial base, get the guy who's already spent his career genociding
Here
people.
comes
He's gonna
the
do it.
Sherman. Well, I mean,
A genocidal psychopath who
mean-
was the right guy for the job to burn down Georgia.
I mean,
Um,
William Sherman. But I
Yeah.
would actually push back. I would say that William Sherman did not commit an act of genocide during the Civil War. He committed
Not
an act
during
of
the Civil War.
genocide. He committed an act of genocide during his activities with the Indian Wars, but
Yes.
not during the Civil War.
Yeah, the guy who was already somewhere else genocidal psychopath was the guy you hire to go burn down Georgia.
I wouldn't even call Sherman a war criminal during the Civil War.
I wouldn't either. It's everything before and
Hi.
after the Civil War.
It's me, Arbitrary Hog. Haig. And I'm
Arbitrary
here
Haig.
to say, what is a war crime? Let's have 3 people on the internet.
What does it really mean to just follow orders?
Oh boy.
So, you watching any anime, Braden?
I would like to start watching anime again.
You should watch that Shangri-La Frontier.
It looks like there's a pole over there, a window you gotta get on the other side.
Yeah.
To your left. Oh,
Yeah.
you see it.
I just need to get out. Please help.
Frontier. It's a fun show. It's a lot of fun.
I know people like, other than the Frieren, they like the Apothecary Diaries,
They do?
and
So that's more than just a trash tier isekai?
yeah. I don't think it's an isekai.
Oh, it's not an isekai.
I think it's a,
Like actual fantasy?
yeah. I believe so.
Huh.
So, if you look at your, like, do you have a map? Or is it just the...
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sad Elf show is
where
the
you
show
are?
of the season.
No, I don't know if that's.
Wait, then what's the show of the season? Is it the Jujutsu Kaisen? Is it the Spy Family?
I did like. Well, Spy Family took a break off this year.
No, Spy Family Season 2 was this last season.
Yeah, it's going.
All right.
Yeah, it is ongoing.
This is where I defend my pick for 2023, the Rurouni Kenshin reboot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, tell me more about the Age of Consent, Chris.
God damn it.
They reboot Rurouni Kenshin?
Yes, they are rebooting
Yeah.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, they did.
God damn it.
Oh well.
You could have said something cool for 2022.
Listen, if that-
anime, like Trigun Stampede, a cool show.
If
I
that
could've
dude
actually
smoked
picked Trigun
weed
Stampede.
once, his name would be omitted from all of Japan. They would just like Stalin him. But hey, you know, in Japan, it's less of a crime to
Like
Yeah.
the latest was pretty good this year, but I don't think
Was
that
it?
it's. I don't think it was my pick for like top of 2023. I trying to think of like what do I actually think is better than Free Ren. Like Free Ren's probably like Mob Psycho 100 season 3.
Was that this year?
No, that was like a couple years ago.
Vinland Saga season 2 was also pretty good.
People talk about that one. I haven't seen it.
But yeah, I think maybe Trigun edges out Free Ren for me.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you chose a show that wasn't that other one.
Yeah, Shield Hero Season 3.
God damn it. Well, we all know that the best anime of the season, every season, is in fact the One Piece.
Well, yeah. Moms love it. I'm told. Moms can agree One Piece is the hottest show of the season.
Every season.
Every season. But also, do not fucking remake One Piece. Why would they do that?
Because it's too long. Just make one that's total 500 episodes instead of one that's total 1,200 episodes. Make it abbreviated so that less insane people can watch it.
I'm to understand that there comes a point with the One Piece anime where they just get very, very good at creating
Demon Slayer
10
this
minutes
year.
of actual new content.
I honestly feel like this season of Jujutsu Kaisen edged out Demon Slayer for like the shonen action stuff this year.
Probably. I have opinions about the Shibuya story arc, just in what it does to the overall story, but this isn't the place for that.
The only anime I watched this year was Gundam with lesbians.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
a fair point.
You don't know if this is a place for that, but this is a chat where we talked about CRPG's history. Jerry Seinfeld talking to being in Israel, and now we're on anime. So I feel like you can bring up pretty much any topic and get something out of it.
My opinions are half formed, so they're not fully formed opinions.
So you're in a Discord on the internet, and
I'm in Discord on the internet. Yes.
10:30 at night here.
10:30 at night,
I guess,
yes.
Where whatever time it is where you are.
Motherfucker, I'm like 150 miles away from you.
So you're in the same time zone. I don't know.
Yes.
Be like, I don't know. Time zones are weird.
No, time zones are only weird if you live in Arizona.
That is true.
Because they don't believe in daylight savings. As they should.
Well, I don't believe in Arizona, so it's fair.
Arizona believes in you.
Oh.
Arizona is not just a place.
It's a way of being.
It's a state of it's a state of existence.
What awful thing have you found now, CP? I know you want to tell us.
I'd rather he doesn't tell us. I want to preserve my innocence.
Oh, you guys. Fuck.
God damn it. God fucking damn it. So, okay. God damn it. So I threw my hat in for like a lottery for like Fandom Network. Thank you so much for your dedication for being a moderator.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we'll put you in a lottery and you'll get a free code for a video game.
What'd you get?
I got Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Great.
Hell
Why
yeah.
is this a problem?
I got Death Stranding, the director's cut.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. If you don't want it, I'll take it.
What's your problem?
Yeah, Mega, the only person I know from Arizona is an angry weirdo who loves taking skulls.
Look, if you don't want the Death Stranding, is it for PC? I'll take the code.
Listen, when they gave Death Stranding away on the Epic Game Store, I paid money for the director's cut upgrade. And I still haven't played that game.
Yeah. It's the best way to do it. Just give Kojima money and don't actually play the game.
Here's the thing. I bet I'll get something out of it.
You played it? Yeah. You definitely get something out of it.
Could have won Konung 2, Brayden.
Was that in the drawing?
Yes.
Did I just go in another fucking...
Yes, Lionheart. 2024 is the year of the Strand game. You heard it here first. It's the Strand game.
I went in another circle.
Fucking fuck.
I'm the Chris Zombie Pyrodactyd of...
It is.
Why is it that bad?
Then give it to me. I'll take it.
Like, I don't... Like, at this point... Other than, like, the Princess Beach line and the part where the man's grasp of social commentary is laughably childish. And it has become increasing, like, MGS2 is the closest he has gotten to saying something, like, actually prescient.
But it's very funny.
But, yeah, I don't know, the part where he's like a weird star fucker and...
It's also very funny.
Is very funny.
Elysium, the final cut, Metro.
Nah, you don't need it.
Are you telling me you haven't played Disco Elysium yet? You
I
of all
have,
people?
but I haven't played the director's cut.
It adds full voice acting, which seems honestly overwhelming.
Areas 1 through 3, fucking Spirit Hunter.
Oh, Spirit Hunter.
She.
Give me the Strand.
Doom 2016,
I hear good things
which I
about
already
Spirit Hunter.
have, so maybe I got disqualified from that. No, I got fucking Death Stranding. Great.
I think you've hit a bug, Braden.
Give it to me.
Yeah, the bug won't
I
won't
took
let
it,
me
I took
go
it.
through
It's
the
my-
spider's
it's in my-
corpse.
It's in my fucking. I took it. I took it.
Oh.
Can you not console open the console and turn on NoClip?
That would be cheating, Justin. And
I'll
as
play
we all
in
know,
2014. I'll
there
play in
is such
2014.
thing as cheating in a single-player
Fuck
game.
you. Fuck you. I'm gonna play it in 2014.
Stream it. Stream it in 2024. Do it. Stream it. I
Death
dare you.
Stranding cannot be the worst thing you've ever streamed.
If
It's
you
not
want,
the worst thing that I ever played, but it has maybe one of my least favorite like individual story arcs, which is the Trash Man.
Crash Man. You know what? If you really want to stick it to me, stream it.
Have you played it before?
Yes.
Oh God, Brayden, I think you might need to turn on no clip.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Fuck you.
I feel like there's going to be a crazy weird physics calculation here in a second.
Jesus Christ died for my sins.
He did.
I got it. Okay.
Are you good now?
Just a couple of, just a couple of breaths. I wasn't
yep.
expecting to
breath.
get shellacked for being pro Louis XIV, but I mean, sometimes you
Fuck
gotta.
you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we got some Huguenots in this chat? Do we got some Huguenot sympathists here?
I would rather be a Huguenot than a monarchist.
Yeah.
And Huguenots seem like they're no fun at all.
No, they're not.
Anyway,
I mean, if we really want to talk about like the good French political leaders, then we're talking about Gracchus Babeuf.
Napoleon the Third.
no, Napoleon
Gracchus
III is
Babeuf.
also a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he's funnier as a piece of shit.
Yeah, because he's like a weird, sad little wannabe.
I mean,
he did a lot of
he
good
was
things,
a,
like,
successful
outside all
I
of his
thought-
wars of
I
conquest.
thought Napoleon III did achieve some stuff. Maybe
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
he
his
rebuilt
grandfather-
Paris, in part to make it easier to shoot people if there were mass demonstrations.
Yep.
Like, the weird thing is like literally everything that Napoleon III did in terms of like urban planning and also giving people rights, like, was just incidental. He's like, I don't give a shit. I want to wage wars like my uncle.
Like my uncle.
And he's like, yeah, I guess we'll do parliamentary government. Sure, sounds like a great idea.
And then,
it's like, oh.
yeah, a couple weeks later, he's
Like,
like,
all of-
actually, lol, dictator.
But then, like, all of his, like, social policy reforms, like, this is another, like, oddly enough, like, Napoleon, like, the rights of man, actually a good thing.
Ah.
I think you can write something that's, like, positive about the overall legacy of Napoleon. Like,
I mean,
OG
yeah,
Napoleon.
sure.
If you were gonna pin me down, and
But also,
hopefully I paid for that.
you know
but
how many
if you're gonna
people
pin me
Napoleon
down-
killed?
If you're gonna pin me down and ask me who I think is the actual greatest general ever, like, it's probably Napoleon.
The greatest general ever? I mean, he's in the top 10, but remember, he also failed.
No, but like, Napoleon needed the entirety of Europe to defeat him.
And also
He did.
the
And
Russian
also
winter.
The Russian winter did a lot of work there. I mean, probably, like, I guess I'm gonna be, I will, what's what am I looking for? I will adhere to the idea that at least, like, a third of the top 10 generals of all time were working for Genghis Khan. Like, Subutai, if that was his name. Like, just in terms of, like, generaling.
How good were you at pillaging?
They were the best. They were the most skilled of all time at being steppe militaries, and they conquered half the world and slaughtered 10% of the human race.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
They were very
the,
successful.
Horse archers.
the real problem with like debating like the best generals is that it often
They're
is
all
a very
bastards.
Euro-
This also
no, it's a
ends
very-
with
it
this
is a
also
very
ends with us being
Eurocentric
like,
discussion
you know,
because, like,
Erwin Rommel.
Jesus Christ.
like the Islamic Empire's conquests were
Were
massive.
incredible. Like
China's conquests of reunifying multiple times were very impressive.
On that note, I agree that it's very Eurocentric, but I do have a question. How well documented are generals' conquests from other areas of the world?
Oh, like
I
they're
don't- I honestly
documented
don't know.
in their own language.
you
They're
know,
documented.
absolutely, it's documented. Like Khalid ibn al-Walid of like the Prophet Muhammad, it's literally in the Quran.
The thing is, English language translations, and also just the proliferating that in English, not really much of a thing. So we just don't. No, it's not common knowledge here, the way that like Napoleon or Hannibal would be.
Yet everyone wants to talk about like Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu wasn't. He wrote a handbook for an idiot king.
He wrote a handbook for a grind set hustle bros. Oh,
But let's talk about our good old friend Qin Shi Huang.
Lynch. You mean
Zhao. Zhao Zhang.
you mean Qin Shi Huang?
okay, so
Qin Shi Huang.
Dong Zhuo, he
Well,
steals
was
the
a
emperor.
general.
All right.
How do you feel about Cao Cao?
Cao Cao. Cao Cao was not that great of a general.
He
mean,
was a
he was-
legendary
Red
strategist, so I've been
Did
told.
Redcliffe. Zhuge Liang was not as great as he is in the book because that was the author's self-insert character. So don't come at me with that Zhuge Liang stuff, even though he's your boy. He's your boy Kong Ming. Even still.
I like me, you know, I'll stand up for
For
Han
what?
Jin.
Han Jin?
Yeah.
It's hard to measure like
Well,
the ancient Chinese
Yeah, like
leaders.
the whole, we don't even know like if the Shi dynasty actually existed. So
The
all
Xia, the Xia dynasty probably didn't exist.
that-
Alexander the Great was pretty good.
Yeah, but the problem with Alexander the Great is that he doesn't have a lot of battles. He always fought technologically inferior civilizations, or civilizations that were not used to the old school family style.
He had 3 real battles, and the rest was mop-up operations.
Speaking of technological advances, how many generals were made by technological advances and maybe wouldn't be quite so great if they didn't have a significant advantage? In, say, horses and longbows or something.
Yeah, let's
I
talk
mean,
about the Battle of
let's just-
Agincourt.
I mean, I'm of the mind to just completely discount everything in the 100 Years' War in terms of like military theory.
Okay, but listen, this girl, this teenage girl, she says she's been talking to God.
Yeah, and she was, and she was right about everything she was talking about. The English did need to all get killed.
Yeah,
she should
and
not have
she's
burned as
a ruler class servant, which is a special class of servant that only appears in a handful of Holy Grail wars. This is a fake joke. You're welcome.
Yeah, I know. We know.
That's what that was.
We know.
You see, I was gonna make a Jean d'Arc joke, but you know what? I was like, I don't know enough about that game to actually.
There's a Bill and Ted joke.
It's a decent PSP tactics game. It's very Fire Emblem-ish. All right, we fucking did it. We made it outside.
Looks like you're
Still
in a
pretty
sewer
dark.
maze.
Made it out of the Grody district.
Alright, I'm gonna bounce.
Alright.
I
I mean, I can play something else.
no.
What else do you want to play?
I have so many things.
Well, pick one. At random.
Did it. So, I have Cyberpunk, I have the, I have the Star Ocean 2 remake. I could play, more Tales of Grace's F as a goof to counter-program Relkin.
Isn't... that sounds fine. Is Tales of Grace's F really considered one of the bad ones? Or is it one
The
of the
story in
annoying
that
Boss is
game is generic
displeased
even by Tales standards.
but sends his regards nonetheless.
Ah, fuck. Oh, man.
Just an honest question. Do you think you would have had an easier time navigating that level if you didn't have a bunch of assholes talking in your ear?
I don't know.
Because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was poorly designed or just.
I am also just... I'm not good at, navigation, and also I do think that level is... maybe a little too vertical for its own good.
Verticality.
Do you think that objective markers in games are overall a good or bad thing?
Good, but I feel like objective markers, especially like Ubisoft, like they've got to figure out how to do verticality because I don't know how many times I've actually gotten close to an objective marker and it's like
Ever
You're
since I
here.
touched that
It's like,
hideous,
oh,
accursed
it's not here.
statuette,
Oh,
I've been
wait, I have to go, like,
witnessing things
20
I've never seen
goddamn
before,
steps in
and
this
it makes my
building.
skin crawl.
I'm playing
Ethereal
Quake 2
gliding
Remastered right now, and I
glows
still
appear
think
and
the
vanish.
absolute best thing
Statues
about this, and one of the
whisper,
major
strange
reasons
hooded
I've
figures
actually
observe people from
played
afar,
most of this thing,
and walk in
and
crowds
all
where
the
not a bloody
expansions and
soul
everything
notices
is
them.
because it
I
has.
feel like
you
my
click on the
body and
compass,
mind are playing
it
tricks
just
on
draws a
me.
line to where you're supposed
These
to go.
guys aren't phantoms.
I feel like
they're
that's
flesh
the
and
way
bone,
they should be doing
and yet
this,
nobody seems
if
to
they're gonna do
acknowledge
them.
their existence.
Like Bioshock Infinite did the same thing.
I've been carefully
on the other
watching these
side,
people
you
for a few
remember,
days, and they all appear to go to the same place, deep into the bowels of the
Perfect
city.
Dark Zero.
They must have
and it
some
would have
sort
those
of
glowing
underground
arrows that
lair
would
or
point to
something
where you
akin
should
to
be
that.
going because you got lost.
I've even seen some of them walk through solid
That's kind of
walls with
obnoxious.
strange glimmering symbols on them that
I mean,
again,
in
nobody
both
seems
this
to
game
even
and in
see.
Bioshock Infinite, it's a
What's
an option
interesting
you click
is that
on.
most of these
Like,
guys
it's
carry
not-
books,
If you don't want to
large
see it, you
ones
just
at
don't click
that
on the
too.
option ever.
Could they perhaps be linked to the necromancers I found in the derelict Howtree Manor? Is this the gift this damn statuette talked about? I intend to know the truth. Today. My apartment window gives me a good view on the streets, and it just so happens that one of these hooded blokes is walking by. Following his trail will hopefully lead me to their meeting point, and if they are linked to the necromancers, perhaps I could find some useful information on how to get rid of that curse. That is, if I can trail him unnoticed while avoiding the local watchdogs. These guys are on edge because of a sudden increase in burglaries in the district, no doubt perpetrated by the famous Downwind Thieves Guild. My ghoulish attire will bring me trouble if I'm seen, even during the day. But there's a storm coming, and the foggy streets of the industrial district are mostly deserted, so I shouldn't have too much trouble if I'm careful. I have no idea what I'm going to find by following this guy, but it's certainly better than staying here and than waiting for a painful death.
Meow, meow.
So I do have a question for all you CRPG veterans. I've been playing a bunch of Icewind Dale. I
Yes.
wound up making a party a little bit short on mages. I've got a fighter mage thief and a sorcerer. Is it gonna be enough?
I think
Get
2
through that
mages.
game?
I mean, 1
You're fine.
full wizard is enough. Yeah.
What's your healing option? What did you
I have-
design to be your healing options?
I have a cavalier. My party consists of a cavalier, a pure fighter,
You're fine.
dwarven defender, a fighter cleric, a fighter mage thief.
My
and a sorcerer.
immediate reaction is I think that I've made this mistake of creating party compositions where they need to rely on using potions a lot more than you probably should, and that's no fun.
I feel like
but
I
yeah,
made a tank heavy group.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm in the what is it, the Dragon's Cave, and my fighter mage thief only just now got a level 3 spell, which is not something I thought about. This is the first time I played a sorcerer in Infinity Engine games, though, and she seems very powerful.
Yeah.
Like, I did not know that the sorcerer class doesn't do anything with stats, really. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Their weird implementation of sorcerers in 2nd edition. You just don't need any stats.
It all seems peaceful
I just
now.
dumped everything into
Con.
Constitution. And also the list of Dragon Disciple bonuses, you can get 100%
Because so many now live without consideration.
fire resistance, which seems absurd.
His mark is no longer on the life.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, next time I play Baldur's Gate, I might play one of those. That seems real good.
Yeah, but you get 1 less spell per level.
Whatever. As often as I rest, doesn't matter. Maybe 1 less spell slot. As in, like, you get to choose 1 fewer spell. I thought you were gonna play Tales of Grace's
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to or not. I'm just saying I thought you were changing the game.
I'll do it.
You don't have to. If you don't want to. I was just wondering if you were gonna change. Didn't they put that on the 3DS at one point?
Tales of the Abyss is on the 3DS.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, welcome to the JRPG Void. My very original idea. in which I play a JRPG.
Look, the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, this is what I have hooked up to the Elgato right now.
Oh, fuck.
What's up?
No.
Oh.
We could, I mean, listen, we could play, some real winners like Grandia 3. The third
shit.
Grandia game.
This game's
Yeah,
real
anything else
slow. I'm
interesting
gonna
on
warn
there?
you right now.
No, we're playing Tales of Grace's F.
Okay.
Just out of the blue, just playing a Tales game. Definitely no one, I can't think of anyone else playing a Tales game on the internet right now. Okay, apparently there's a,
Is the way that the kids would describe this game is mid?
I think this game, if you are a weird Tales combat sicko, this game has a lot to offer. Otherwise, maybe not. Like, even by Tales standards. Asbel is just the most. I'm gonna fight for my friends!
Oh, we've got, also, we've been talking about the corporations on this, stream.
Mm-hmm.
So Warner Brothers Discovery are in talks to buy Paramount.
Isn't Paramount also CBS?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Consume everything.
They gotta create a megacorp to rival the Disney, because Disney owns your childhood.
Yeah, no, the only way to... just multimedia megacorp hell.
Insert Zaibatsu references.
Well, Asbel, have you...
Mr. President, I think we may be able to help you fix your Valkanus Creus.
I don't know what either of you think
All right,
about this
fair
particular
enough.
person.
What do you think?
Please look
But
at this
have you seen the
diagram.
John Oliver bit on his episode on Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Speaking of mega corporations.
It popped up in my
From a
recommendations,
friend of
and
mine
I
who's
decided not
extremely
to watch it.
knowledgeable about such things.
It doesn't go
I-
into as much detail as some other things I've seen.
It seems you... Well, you're right. Our country's Valkanus
I
Creus
did not
has been
know
experiencing
that
severe
Elon
problems
Musk
as
had
of
that
late.
much of a stranglehold
When
on
we did
certain
the
things on the
research-
government.
Oh
the
yeah,
government.
yeah.
Oh,
The
no,
dude,
no. Yeah.
like SpaceX is,
Marcian
You're familiar with the
they're
Is
the
it?
ones who send up rockets to the ISS.
We don't know if
Yeah,
these ruins
it's
are
it's
connected
it,
to the
and then
Valkanus
also
somehow,
like
but it's possible.
the competition in terms of
because I'm
space travel
interested
are
in what your
fucking
alerted friend might
not
think.
great.
You
Oh,
got that,
ZP,
and
you got
the Jeff
bonked
Bezos
by
thing.
M.
Scientists have precious
Oh,
little.
okay.
It would be most
Whatever.
helpful if she could take
You
a
got
look.
what?
If we
He got in trouble for
investigate the
posting the
problem,
Jerry
will you let
Seinfeld
Hubert
thing.
stay?
Oh.
Okay.
Investigation will not be enough, I'm afraid.
Okay, I'll take my friend to see
Anyways,
the Valkanus.
I'm trying to think of
It's
like
located in the desert west of. I will give you an ID card. Thank you.
What's the Jeff Bezos thing that sent a dick ship in the air?
Blue
penis.
Origin?
Blue Origin, yeah.
like
That's about it.
Boeing's space program has been kind of a disaster, and then Virgin Galactic has basically thrown their lot into funding the European space agencies rather than the American space agencies.
Well,
so
yeah,
there's literally
Richard
no other
Branson.
There's literally
Boy.
not very
Sorry to keep you
many
waiting.
options for
How did it go?
NASA.
Well, he was very. He wants us to investigate.
So,
Thanks, Pascal.
It sucks, but also like the Biden administration's kind of forced to work with Elon Musk because he's the only one offering to like help them get their mandate of like building enough charging ports.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a
so
big deal.
isn't it great
And
that
and also the Tesla charging standard is better than the alternative by a huge margin. Like, say what you will about Tesla, but their chargers are better.
the only person I know who owns a Tesla is a successful attorney. His son and I were roommates for a while. So what can I buy from Turtle Mart? You want to dualize some items? If I combine a hamburger with cheese, I create a cheeseburger.
Great. Oh, have you played that Medieval DLC?
No!
That's out, isn't it?
I started it, but Turbo Overkill was happening at the time. And so that took precedent. I did play about 15 minutes of Sprawl, because I got that in a thing.
It's so hot.
And
I can't.
that game is like, what if Ghost Runner
Are you okay?
was lame?
You're not dehydrated, are you? It's not.
Is that another? I think I've heard that name. Is that another old school shooter?
No. I would say Ghost Runner is
Not Ghost Runner. Sprawl.
Sprawl, yes.
I see.
It's what if Ghost Runner was
She
lame.
doesn't feel like talking.
She could at least finish.
When
what she
did
was
they
saying.
On top of
stop
that, she says
doing
the reason you're not
this?
sweating
The
is
animate
because there
character
isn't any
portraits,
water
the
out
static
in the air.
2D character portraits.
I think those are still in a rise, right?
Are they still in a rise? But they
They were
look
in
so much
Berseria.
better. Like, when did they realize that those had to be not shitty looking?
Remember your training.
When they got a budget.
Oh.
Like, that's the big thing with the Rise, right? It's one of these that finally got a budget, like a significant budget.
Oh, you're right. They did have 2D portraits. I'm looking it up. I guess they just look and animate better, that they don't feel as cheap as
Okay,
fucking
so that's right. I'm remembering how to play this game.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm really curious to see what they do with that new upcoming Mana game that they revealed at the Game Awards.
Yeah, a big 3D mana game would be cool.
So one of the things I like about this game is that it just constantly is giving you incentives to engage with its mechanics and perform well. Like, it's just like, alright, kill something with 5 arc chain, go!
I think that's all of them.
Game on.
And then sometimes just anime bullshit happens.
It wouldn't be a Tales of game without anime bullshit.
This was a Wii game. This came out after Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World.
Let's do this.
which is a bad game.
That should buy us some time at least, right?
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think that might be one of the worst Tales of games.
Is it, what's up with that? Is it mechanically bad, or
It's, yes.
everything?
It's mechanically bad, and it has genuine
So it does the thing that JRPG sequels do when they run out of ideas, which is it has a monster taming mechanic.
Oh.
And there are only 2 characters you can permanently control.
Uh-huh.
And neither of them
that,
plays especially well.
On top of that, its story is horrendous.
Like, Emil is the inspiration for the Anime Shitboy Award.
Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality.
Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality.
That's a great line.
Also, yeah, it's like, what if the protagonist was a whimpering dweeb half the time and a murderous sociopath the other time?
Which your female waifu keeps
And also,
apologizing
yeah, the
for.
female lead is always like, no, you just don't understand him the way I do. And it's like actually uncomfortable because it's weird battered spouse language. Where it's just like, you just don't understand Emil. When he's like, ha ha ha, I'll kill you all! That is also another early Laura Bailey role.
Victory is ours.
Yeah, but it...
So don't play Dawn of the New World.
No, don't. I mean, don't play Tales of Symphonia either, but that's mostly just because I think...
If I'm gonna play one of them, it's gonna be either Berseria or Arise.
Yeah.
I thought those were people, but it's just sand that hardened into a human-like shape.
This also has Laura Bailey.
In this area, there's no one around.
Isn't she in like all of them?
Look at that bar, Daddy.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Amarcians
No,
put a
she's in
Valkyries
this one
in the middle
in
of the
Dawn of the
desert
New
like
World.
this?
Joking.
Because that's around the time this was her anime phase.
Pascal says you
What
actually
is she
have
doing
it
now?
backwards.
At video
She says
games?
the Valkanist crew is likely
Now
dragged
she's
this
in
place
The
into a
Last of
desert.
Us.
Why are you speaking for her, Sharia?
No, like
He says it's a pain
the
to talk
TV
in
show?
this heat.
No, she's in
What's
The
that to
Last
say?
of Us Part 2. She's Abby.
Oh. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, she had a kid at one point.
Okay, that explains it.
Which yeah, it turns out having a kid. She did do anime. She did the Fruits Basket remake
She was good in that.
because that was like one of her first big anime roles. So I guess she had some level of fondness for it. And yeah, you know, Critical Role.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that thing that I think I have to imagine has made all of those voice actors a fairly comfortable amount of money.
A lot of money.
I'm just gonna say, maybe they don't need to hustle for voice acting roles as much anymore. Maybe you don't need to do anime games. Unless you want to.
Let's get this underway.
I mean, it seems like being able to just enough rolls to keep your name relevant would be the thing to do when you're in that situation.
I learned Hurt Strike. Alright, let's actually look at Asbel's art chains. Ice Strike and Flurry. Nice submitting kick that can be triggered by holding X during a 3. Okay.
Be careful, everyone.
Even in battle, it's important to pay your respects.
Okay.
Not like that.
This?
No, never mind.
That's right.
Game on! Strike! Next, mow him down! Victory is ours!
So.
What do you think is the lesson to be learned from, like, the games that they made before they decided they couldn't do this as a device? Just, hey, don't do that.
I think part of it was, well...
Do you think that the limb system is actually, like, gives you enough room to innovate that many times, or do you think that
I feel like there have been enough of these games that actually play quite well.
Also, a year just doesn't seem like enough time to make an RPG, really. Like, if you're just building on the engine from the previous one, and the mechanics, and rewriting the same story over and over, sure, but it still seems like they could do a lot more if they gave it 3 years or so, like they did for Arise.
Forgive. The Valkanus is located near...
Have they announced another one after Arise?
No, they're still doing DLC.
That
but
Arise expansion came out this month.
They just did an expansion.
It's so strange to see the
What are the chances that's the formula from now on? Just release a big one and then several.
It seems like that's...
me, or does
yes.
it feel cooler around
I mean,
the
that's the
ruins?
direction that they've been going with a lot of JRPG franchises. Final Fantasy did the intergrade stuff.
We missed you talking back in the desert. Now that the Valkanus is closed,
Final Fantasy 16 is doing DLC.
That's gotta be the effect of the water Eleth, right?
And everyone loves that game.
Full steam ahead.
Pascal may be an obscure variety of fish.
She's a fish?
I feel like everyone I know who has talked about that game
That nonsense?
She must have gills.
has done so in a sort of way.
I've even seen people who... I know of someone, Marino, who is a defender of 15, which good on him. And he's like, man, I like the combat in 15 more than 16. This game is boring. It's like, yeah.
I would like to play it at some point.
I wonder if it's just a case where you need to turn the difficulty up. Like, it's only interesting if it's hard.
I think it's also just, maybe a Devil May Cry style combat system should not be shoved into a,
Into a
40-hour JRPG. Also, I don't know. I feel like I've heard enough about let's say some of the story choices they make. Especially around like slavery. That feels like, oh, y'all sure did watch Game of Thrones, huh?
Enemies, look out! Asbel, why do you wear such white clothes?
Oh, these? Well, let me think. Oh, I know.
You are late.
Oh, I can get The Last of Us Part 1 for $35. Everyone loves that game.
Yeah, the game that apparently requires more than 12 gigs of VRAM. It's probably better than that by now, but at launch, that game had some serious problems with VRAM. To the point where I saw a couple of posts on Reddit where, like, people were like, yeah, my 3060 runs it fine, because the 3060 apparently launched with 12 gigs of VRAM for some reason. Anyway. I just think it's funny that this PS3 requires that much.
We won't fail.
Anyway, I want to reiterate something stated before on one of Braden's streams. The railgun in Quake 2 is fucking excellent.
Yes!
This is broken.
It's very good.
Yes! Now we understand. Yeah.
But isn't this the only way for us to keep moving
The
forward?
railgun in Quake 2 is a good time.
Broken, but that doesn't mean there isn't a logic to it. I'm not even gonna bother trying. You're way better at stuff like this than I am, Pascal. Then we'll all figure it out together.
I solved the puzzle.
Yay.
We're ready for battle.
Like, I would say that the railgun is as important to enjoying this game as the double barrel is to.
Yeah, it's the best weapon in Quake 2. I think I think Quake 2 has a very satisfying super shotgun.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not the Quake 1 shotgun.
That, and it's also just. I think the grenade launcher in Quake 2 is like your go-to weapon until you get the railgun, and I think it's also pretty good. But there is a rhythm and a sound to firing the railgun that is just perfect, and also it stuns most enemies. If it doesn't kill them, and they give you enough ammo for it to. They give you enough ammo for it, they'll let you use it, often enough to be fun, instead of, like, twice in the campaign or something.
I tempered my weapon.
Ooh. I suppose that means you just made it more powerful.
Yeah, there's... Like, this game has a lot of very smart, like, nitty-gritty weapon upgrade systems.
If you want to find a foe's
which is more than you can say for Zestiria, which has an equipment system so bad it makes the rest of the game worse.
Didn't you play some of Zestiria on stream?
I did.
I thought I watched you play that. Some of it. It seems great.
Bear this name in judgment.
Are you all right, Syria? Can you stand?
If only Asbel could be this kind.
Yeah, I don't even think that this is a bad game. It's been real hard just following you, Braden.
Just watching me play this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Tales game, so... The combat be like this. I assure you, I'm not just pressing buttons.
If you want to find a foe's weakness, you know who to ask.
Which is part of the reason why streaming this is more of a joke than a, let's say, a serious long-term commitment. Although I would like to actually finish this. Maybe let's,
Game on!
If you want to find a foe's weakness, you know who to ask.
If you want, we can play something else. Or I don't know.
No. I wanted to pass by my idea to you, the one that I shared with the host zone.
Okay.
We should, on the 31st,
play
counting down.
Play
the
Lethal
end
Company.
Of the year. We should play Lethal Company, all of us together. Let's do it.
Yeah, that game's good. That game's a doofy time.
What's our motto?
We should play Lethal Company.
Yeah. Because that game is like Phasmophobia, but with even more opportunities for clownery.
Kind of like as M put it, what if Control, but you have no superpowers and you just have to pick up bullshit?
Yeah.
From ancient street lights. Of course, that would mean this used to be a city.
Perhaps this was once the center of Strata.
Ooh, ancient ruins? Then there
Hey
could
Justin,
be
would you
ghosts.
want to play? Would you want to play Lethal Company?
Company.
Ghosts aren't going
Want to
to
play
come
Lethal
out in
Company?
broad daylight like this.
I don't
Right,
know.
Asbel?
I've had like 4 people
you
ask
even
me, "Can I
listening
play
to me,
Lethal Company?"
Asbel?
And every time I'm like, I don't know. It seems like one of those
Look, if we
meme
don't
games.
get that
It's not a meme game. It's good.
It is a meme
It's
game.
going to dry up
It is
just
a
like
meme
this
game.
place.
But
So let's just
it's
try
one
to
of the
keep
best
moving,
meme
okay?
games.
Right.
Like
let's
you
go.
make the memes organically by
sure.
just
Now they're
doing
acting all
random.
silly.
By
I'm
just
the one
there are just so
screwing
many inherently funny bits. It is a game designed for. It is a pratfall delivery system.
And with this beat,
Whatever you want, baby. When you want it. What do you want me? Be wherever you want.
I thought we could make this.
Yeah, it is.
No.
But there are
Right?
mods. People have already made mods.
No.
In case you want
There's-
16-player lobbies.
Yeah, there's a 16-player lobby version of the game. I would also recommend you downloading the one mod that adds a reticle or a dot. There's another mod that disables the head bob.
It's for something made by one dude. It's very good.
We're ready for battle.
I might. So if you were gonna play something else, Brayden, what does the Black Labyrinth look like here? Is it any new weapons or like?
Yeah, I
what's
mean,
going on
there's
with
the
that?
gauntlets.
Oh.
You punch them. You punch things. Let me get to a save point.
I don't know much about it.
That's it. They're gauntlet. You punch things.
There's gauntlets and there's more ray tracing. Got it. I don't think I actually turned the ray tracing on
like,
in
Ubisoft seems really committed that they're going to release Skull and Bones next year.
They have to. It's an important government. It's like, you better get this thing out.
Envelop. Hurry.
As it turns out, being partially funded by a world government means you should probably deliver.
If you want to find a foe's weakness, you know who to ask.
Yeah, you have to do things.
Yeah. If Kingdoms of Amalur and Skull and Bones have taught the gaming world anything, it's that you probably shouldn't get your funding from a government of some sort. I'm glad somebody was able to re-release Kingdoms of Amalur.
Remember your training.
Yeah, Re-Reckoning.
Even if they did have to put a stupid name in it.
And then they made new content for that game.
Whatever, Re-Reckoning is still a better subtitle than Remastered Edition.
Another fine Embracer group.
Travesty.
Yeah.
Sophie, you should learn more about this world.
Hey, what have you learned already? Well, yesterday. Why is the captain running away? Okay, let's do this! Dragon Dash! No! No! Good. Let's go! That should buy us some time at least, right?
Oh, it's underwater. We gotta drain the water. This is a JRPG dungeon.
Let's do this.
That should buy us some time at least, right?
We don't actually have to watch me play all of this. Failed. I can throw it over to someone. Oh yeah, he's fighting the final boss. So yeah, let's do that. Thanks everyone for watching.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's get this underway.
We did it, Sophie! We did it, Sharia.